Let's learn to play the song Candidate by Fourth. The bass chord of the song is E major. Na 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 na. And I figured out a way to make it easy, so we'll not be changing it. The chords that we need for this song, the first one would be E major, that looks like this. Then we have E7, but this is like only a variation of E major, so if you find it difficult, you can play E major instead on the parts where we should play E7. The next one would be F sharp minor. It should be F sharp minor, that looks like this. The big one looks like this, and the small one looks like this. But you can just play F sharp minor 7, which is easier, and look like this. Then the next chord would be A major, that looks like this. Or you can play A major 7 instead, that looks like this. Then we have A minor. Then we should play B major. But yeah, it's a bit difficult, so if you want to play an easier chord, you can play B7 instead, that looks like this. Then we have C sharp minor. It should be like this, but you can play it like this instead. And if you do plucking, not strumming, you can release this pinky finger from the chord. But make sure that you will not pluck the fourth string. The plucking pattern for the intro and the verse would be plucking the bass with the first 3 strings together, and then pluck only the first 3 strings, and then stop the strings, and then pluck the bass with the first 3 strings together again, and then stop the strings again, and then pluck the bass with the first 3 strings together again. So it goes like this. And then for the pre-chorus, the plucking pattern would be plucking the bass with the first 3 strings together once for each chord. So it goes like this. And then for the chorus and its transition, the pattern would be plucking the bass with the first 3 strings together, and then only the first 3 strings, and then stop the strings, and then the bass with the first 3 strings together again, and then only the first 3 strings again, and then stop the strings again, and then the bass with the first 3 strings together once. So it goes like this. If you want to do strumming, for the intro, the verse, and the chorus, the strumming pattern that you can use would be strumming down, and then up, and then stop the strings, and then down, up, down, up, stop, down, up, down. And for the pre-chorus, you can just strum down once for each chord.